Episode 8 of Helluva Boss is taking a bit longer than usual, but as we have seen with delays on previous episodes, it always leads to something extra spectacular. Since my last episode 8 prediction video, we've gotten a lot of new information on what to expect in this finale, so I thought now would be a great time to break it all down with some fun theories and possibilities. But first, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Traffic Puzzle. It's not every day that I get to talk about a phone game that is this freaking cute. Traffic Puzzle is a 3-in-a-row puzzle game where you line up 3 cars of the same color to make them disappear. By clearing these blocks, other cars that were facing those blocks can now drive forward. With a limited number of constantly changing car color options, you get to find creative ways to clear the traffic, help land helicopters, keep the trains running on time, and help these adorable traffic officers. You can follow the main storyline or try special puzzle stages for extra challenge. These special stages are constantly updating, keeping the game feeling fresh and allowing for fun breaks from the main story. It's great to get sponsored by a game that I can't wait to keep playing as soon as I'm done working on this video, but Traffic Puzzle really is that cozy, and is free to play on Apple and Android. You can use my QR code here to go directly to the App Store on your phone, or use the link in the pinned comment down below to download the game and start playing. Now on to the video. VivziePop released a 2022 trailer for Helluva Boss that included scenes from throughout Season 2, as well as the upcoming finale for Season 1, Episode 8, which is supposed to be a Part 2 follow-up on the events in the Lust Ring from Episode 7. The only fully animated parts of this trailer are of Blitz and Luna seemingly in the Gluttony ring based off of the yellow tint of everything. In this scene, Blitz is frustrated and wants to go home, but Luna is trying to convince Blitz to stay. She is trying to make it about him, saying that these people seem to know Blitz, though it is clear that she really just wants to stay to flirt with this Hellhound. Blitz ends up relenting, saying they can stay for just one drink. Episode 7 ended with Blitz coming home to cry after his date and subsequent public humiliation with Stolas. When he gets to his apartment, he sees a note on Luna's door saying that she went to a party with Vortex, Asuka's Hellhound that Luna had a little crush on in Episode 3. He has a girlfriend, but as we see in the trailer, Luna is quickly smitten with another Hellhound and likely went to the party to make some real Hellhound friends, since she spends all of her time with imps. Some fans have theorized that Episode 8 picks up where Episode 7 left off, with Blitz deciding to crash Luna's party, hence his new outfit, though it could take place sometime later, with this being a different event entirely. Regardless of when this takes place, where it takes place should be the Gluttony Ring. The yellow tint in this scene should be coming from a yellow sky, which can be seen in the background art used for an official announcement released on Twitter. Each ring, of course, has a prince, or in this case, a princess. According to the Peter Binsfield classification, the Prince of Gluttony is Beelzebub, but in Moxie's song in Episode 7, he sings about how much Beelze loves her, Bub, indicating that the prince of this ring is a princess, and perhaps rules alongside some Bub, the way Lucifer rules hell alongside Lilith. Beelzebub is traditionally known as the Lord of the Flies, and is often depicted as a fly, though in at least one other story they take the form of a bee, and Helluva Boss seems to be setting up the reveal that Beelze is a bee-themed demon as well. For instance, all of the architecture in this scene seems to have beehive patterns to it, and the sky of the Gluttony Ring as a whole seems to be covered in the same beehive pattern. Second, in the backgrounds of these scenes, we see what looks like honey dripping from various places. I wouldn't be surprised when we meet this Beelze and her bub for us to see that Beelze is a bee demon and that her husband is a fly-themed demon, and together they are Beelzebub, Lord of the Flies. If this is picking up where Episode 7 left off, I'm not sure why there is a big Hellhound party in the Gluttony Ring. Some fans speculate that Hellhounds are natives to the Gluttony Ring, but from Blitz's photos we can see his adoption of Luna was signed off on by someone named Bel, which seems to be short for Belphegor, the Prince of the Sloth Ring. With sloth being their key theme, it would explain why Hellhounds have become something of a servant class in Hell, with a lot of demons treating them like property as opposed to employees or fellow demons. Belphegor likely started using the Hellhounds as their servants and started Hellhound adoption agencies so other people could do the same. Ultimately, we don't know if this is a Hellhound party or if it's just one Hellhound among many different species of demons that we see in this clip. An interesting question that this scene presents is why all of these Hellhounds at this party would seem to know Blitz, as Luna claims. Some fans speculate that at this party we'll meet a new character from Blitz's past, perhaps his sister, but it wouldn't make sense for someone like Barbie Wire, last known to be in rehab, to be at some random Hellhound party. Instead, I think that these Hellhounds may recognize Blitz from his days of trying to be famous. We know that when he was younger, he had a circus act with his twin sister, that aforementioned Barbie Wire, but she went on to find fame before later ending up in rehab, where celebrity demons go when they are no longer famous and have no value left to milk. After the fame of his sister seemingly divided them, Blitz probably moved on to trying to find fame with Fizzarolli, someone Blitz knew from a young age. In the 2022 trailer, we see storyboards of what I believe are flashbacks involving Blitz and Fizzarolli, where we see that they had some sort of act together. Regardless of how this ended, he would eventually go on to be in a relationship with Veronica. Somewhere along the way with all this, he would also have his own solo shows, as we have seen from the memorabilia decorating his office, as well as work as a clown at Lululand. While Blitz is depicted as not finding fame, whereas everyone else in his life does, he was likely something of a D-list celebrity in Hell's circles for a while. Luna had no idea that Blitz dated Veronica, but with her openly singing about it at Ozzy's clubs, I wouldn't be surprised if her relationship with Blitz was something of a public spectacle, the way his relationship with Stolas is becoming one. After all, we know that the newspapers are happy to report on the love lives of important demons like Ozzy, as we see in the storyboard for the trailer, so the same could be true for Veronica, a famous pop star. These Hellhounds may recognize Blitz as a figure from their childhoods, a weird recurring, almost famous guy who they can't quite name, but remember being in early acts with people like Barbie or Fizzarolli or Veronica, who are all much more famous. Through this episode, and Luna interacting with all these demons who seem to know about Blitz, she could begin to see that he has a very big history that existed before her. A whole life, not just with great failures and tragedies, but one that also had moments of greatness before Blitz had to come crashing back down. While I don't think we are going to meet Beelze herself in this finale, the trailer shows us a little bit more of Asmodeus, so I would not be surprised if he returned and we saw some of the fallout of episode 7 from his perspective. We are also getting a lot of references to the Prince of Greed in this trailer, known as Mammon. And while he hasn't made a solid appearance outside of some doodles on contracts after his signature, and perhaps this impression of him seen on Hell's currency, he seems to be important to the upcoming plots. He is something of a celebrity figure in Hell, with Blitz and Fizzarolli's interest in clowns seemingly being because of their worship of Mammon. I wouldn't be surprised if he is introduced to us officially in this finale as well. While we don't know when the new episode of Helluva Boss is coming out, the delay has apparently not affected the production of Season 2 too hard, and it's expected to premiere not too long after Season 1's finale, but again, we can't say exactly when that will be. When it does happen though, we'll be talking about it right here on Cartoon Universe, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it when we do, and don't forget to check out the sponsor of today's video, Traffic Puzzle. Links are in the pinned comment down below, as well as in the video description. See you guys next time.